This is Barangay Taliptip in Bulacan, Bulacan, which is slowly being swallowed by the sea. The former rice fields and fish ponds are now becoming part of the ocean. Whenever it's high tide, the roads disappear and houses get submerged, and some homes have been permanently abandoned and completely swallowed by the sea. And we know that it's high tide now, so let's see what the result of our adventure will be. Let's go! With Francie Adventures once again.
We already turned our motorcycles into submarines. Look at that. They're really all soaked now. It's a submarine now, he said.
You'll notice, my friends, that even though that house is already submerged, they have their own pumping station so that somehow they can still make use of it even if it's already deeply underwater. And look, the seawater coming from the sea is flowing back towards the land here in Bulacan itself. And if you notice, my friends, because this place always gets flooded, I've observed that they put chairs here so people can hang out, or for some, to go fishing.
There you go.
You put what you'll use for bait here like that so the locals can make use of it. And also, it's a hangout spot. When there's a flood, the tricycle drivers wait for passengers here. Shout out to the one who thought of this right here in Barangay Taliptip of Bulacan, Bulacan. I really believe in how resilient the people here are, my friends. Because even though they're suffering from floods, especially during the rainy season, they still choose to stay here. This is Barangay Taliptip Elementary School. Cool. We're going here toward the Taliptip National High School area. Friends, when there's really heavy rain and it's combined with high tide, maybe this barangay, Taliptip, becomes isolated because of the flooding, right? As long as the flood hasn't subsided, it's hard for vehicles to reach it. Because even from where we came from in Barangay Perez and up ahead in Barangay Ubijo, the water is really high. There you go, friends. As you can see, the houses that used to be here have been abandoned because they're now lower than the road. That's why some of them just aren't occupied anymore. And it really floods here. Let's try to explore this area so we can see up close the airport that's being built. Let's go back. There are a lot of water spinach here. As you can see here, they've really built an elevated path for motorcycles. According to studies, Barangay Taliptip in Bulacan is experiencing severe land subsidence due to excessive extraction of groundwater. This has caused frequent flooding and has become a major challenge for the residents. The low elevation of the area and land subsidence cause flooding that affects daily life and damages properties. Land subsidence and flooding have a significant impact on the livelihood and environment of the community. Despite this, according to the residents we interviewed, they all say the same thing. According to them, the construction of the new Manila International Airport has worsened the situation, resulting in the relocation of residents. Back in the day, it wasn't like this here. Ever since they started dumping there. Really? But before that was there really wasn't anything. There wasn't any water there. No water. That's the pile itself. That one, you can see that already. It's actually tall. How high is that pile? When you're there, when you get closer, this looks low. But it's actually really high. Like a house like that. Like that. Like that one. That's intense, and it's not even finished yet. That's not the final look. So my friends, we are here at Sitio Libis. This is the sitio where a lot of people still live, and they say it's the closest one to the reclamation area. And from here we can see with our own eyes the huge equipment like dump trucks and payloaders that are continuously working, dumping materials right there at the ongoing project. Now that's the new Manila International Airport. There you can see the dump trucks, and there are also small motorboats. And according to the local we asked earlier, they said it would be about as tall as that building over there. Look at that, my friends. There are a lot of small fish. Maybe those are tilapia. If you're really hardworking here, you probably won't run out of food to eat. If you go fishing, you'll catch tilapia. That's the most common fish here. Another thing that makes the flooding worse here, my friends, is that those piles of garbage. According to the people we've talked to here in Sitio Libis, the flood here really never goes down at their homes anymore. It's really all year round now. They said that before it never really flooded here. If you can see, my friends, there are 1, 2, 3 coconut trees. And this one too, that's a coconut tree. These prove that before, the flood never actually covered this area. And that tree, which wasn't meant to grow in a waterlogged area, still managed to grow that big and only died later on because it was soaked in water for too long. It's the same here as well. If you really live in places like this, my friends, you really need to be, you need to adapt. You need to go along with what's happening in your surroundings so you can still keep living there. It seems we're in a bad spot and can't cross since the water's too high. There, look, there are tura-tura here. This is what they use to transport fellow motorcycle riders who want to cross. They call this tura-tura. That's impressive. It's too deep for us to cross now. Look at that. They were the ones who adapted. My machines weren't downstairs, they were upstairs. How much is the fare to cross? To cross, it's 100.
The front part is gone, only the back is left. Because when I stepped on the new part, it still had water on it, right?
Afternoon, there was nothing. It was all clear. No more water. Oh, there it is again. Right. What's that? Is it just babbling or is it talking? It's talking. It's already saying, Papa. Really?
That one already has a bump.
In all the years you've been here, how deep does it usually get? What's the deepest it used to reach?
It only comes up to the thigh, especially when we're together. That's as high as it gets.
Really? When there's a storm, but if there's no storm, it's just during high tide, it only goes up to here.
What we harvested, they took all of it.
But those motorcycles still won't work, right?
Not yet.
It really needs to be higher.
That's why there's a tura-tura.
Yes, a tura-tura. No high tide means nothing and you won't have anything either. That's your only livelihood here, right? And you really live here.
Yes, we're from here. We came from the airport. We rented a place there, here.
Oh, the Pariahan village?
The one where people live permanently there.
Oh, okay. Who bought your lands?
What was that? San Miguel cheated us. I didn't really want to sell. The land was expensive. It depends on my house, how big it is, what the design is. For us, my siblings and I inherited from our mother. Our mother gave it to us. Nothing, not even $1 million. That's for the whole house. Cement and also steel. But the lowest payment is just 50. Some didn't request payment or do it for money, but paid through the bank.
Oh yes, here it's high because
As for us, we didn't know it was like that we would get money.
This is really our house because when we were watching,
Yes.
But when
Back in the day, it wasn't really like this here. When did it get worse?
you just built that, it wasn't like this here before.
It really got worse, didn't it?
Oh, that's not true. We know here in our barangay, there really is money. We call it tiok. We call it tiok in our place. It's tiok in our place. It's tiok for them too. There are a lot of them. That family has it.
Oh, in Sitio Pariahan, there are a lot of them. There are many too.
That's the next village after ours. And then there's us.
Because as we saw earlier, friends, through the drone, the flooding still stretches a long way. We also saw an update at the new international airport under construction. Let's just come back and let's not take any more risks because it's difficult. That's salt water and it's dangerous if our motorcycle sucks in water here. And it's even more of a headache. We still have a long way to go home. Look at our friends, right? Water coming from underneath. It's bubbling. That's the livelihood of the Tura-Tura operators here. They just load the motorcycles on. To get across to the other side. There, according to Brother Francie, this is one of the smallest churches he has seen. Same with me. It really is small. It's tall, but it's narrow. Amazing, right? Oh, Brother Francie. There, that's his height. Look. Look at how small he is, see? We saw some people riding Tora. That means where we're heading back, the water's high. We're in danger here, bro. Ha ha ha.
Thank you again.
all right, sit down again.
This area is higher, so the flood doesn't reach it. According to what we heard earlier from Nanay, when the water gets really high there, they evacuate here to Taliptip Elementary School. Now, as we can see, the water is starting to go down. But it looks like the area we're about to pass through on our way home is still deep, my friends. This is the boundary between Barangay Perez and Barangay Taliptip. We're about to wade into salt water again. The houses here are already elevated. They've really adjusted, they've adapted. Earlier when we passed by here, there was no water, my friends. Now that we're on our way home, there's already water. Let's just take it slow. Look at the owner type Jeep, they already raised it. So it won't get caught in the flood. Wow. Let's just go higher. Let's follow the paths the locals take. Can you imagine how high that is? Here we are. We're now entering Barangay Bambang. The current is strong around here.
That's a current, alright.
It'll sweep you away. It's very strong. That. It's tough to get around like this, my friends. For example, if you live there, hopefully that's all there is to it. But for us who aren't used to it and don't live here, just thinking about it, it's already really hard. Imagine the ground you're stepping on is wet. You want to do things. You want to do something but can't because the ground is wet. And you're also very prone to all sorts of illnesses, right? That you can get from the flood. But this one is flowing. And it's seawater. It's not like other floods that are stagnant. And the water is really dangerous. There are places where rats urinate. Here we go again. The vehicles here really have it rough, don't they? The issue with this situation.
Bearing.
The bearings on motorcycles and vehicles. It's really hard on the bearings, huh? That's high. That's high, my friends. Nice house, stainless steel. That's your advantage here, your gate should be stainless. Because it gets flooded. There, rinse them together. You have to rinse it because it's salty. Later we'll rinse too. Let's also look for a place to rinse. We are now here, my friends, in the town of Bulacan itself. And this is where I'll end our adventure. Thank you very much for joining me. And thank you. I hope I was able to take you on a wonderful adventure. Here in the low-lying areas, right here in the town of Bulacan. In the province of Bulacan.